You know what's been happening to me a lot while making these UEFA Nations League video? I keep getting mixed up with saying League B or Group B or League 1 or Group 1. This thing has gotten me really confused, okay? What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button and click the little bell to become part of the notifications squad. All right. Okay, hold the music for a while. Just for a while. I give you my UEFA Nations League D predictions, my UEFA Nations League C predictions, and now I'm gonna give you my UEFA Nations League B predictions. But before I get into the video, I want to talk about something I failed to mention in my UEFA League C predictions. Okay, in the UEFA Nations League C, Group 1 only has 3 teams. I failed to mention that the third place team in Group 1 does not automatically get relegated to League D, but instead the worst third place team in League C, which means that 2 teams from Groups 2, 3 or 4 can be relegated to League D, and there could be a case where no team from Group 1 will be relegated to League D. So the fact that I had already posted my League C predictions, I couldn't actually make the correction in the video. But let's move on to my League B prediction. Unlike Leagues D and League C, League B only has 12 teams, which means that each group has a maximum of 3 teams. The winner of each group will be promoted to League A, while the 4 third place teams in each group will be relegated to League C. The 4 group winners will also go into the playoffs for UEFA Euro 2020 if they fail to qualify via the normal means. In Group 1, we have the Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Ukraine. Note I said the Czech Republic, Slovakia, right? That's quite interesting because the Czech Republic and Slovakia were once one nation, but they split up in the 90s and they are now separate entities. So let's briefly break down all 3 teams. For the Czech Republic, they qualified for UEFA Euro 16 but failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup. Some of their standout players include Marek Sushi, Vladimir Darida, and Patrick Schick. And then we have Slovakia, who also qualified for Euro 16 but failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup. A few standout players for Slovakia includes their captain Martin Skrtel, their talisman Marek Hamšík, Milan Skriniar, who also plays for Inter Milan, and their goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. For Ukraine, they are coached by one of their greatest ever players, Andrei Shevchenko, who actually inspired them to a World Cup quarterfinal back in 2006. Ukraine also qualified for Euro 16 but failed to make it to the 2018 World Cup, seeing that they were in a very difficult qualifying group in Group I, which had the eventual World Cup finalists in Croatia, Iceland. We had Turkey in that group. The group was so difficult. It was really difficult. So it was really hard for Ukraine. Let's just be honest. A few standout players for Ukraine includes Alexander Zinchenko, Andrei Yarmolenko, and Yevhen Konoplyanka. In Group 1, it's not so easy to predict at all. We have the Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Ukraine. First of all, I'm looking forward to see the Czech Republic versus Slovakia matches because those will be quite feisty, man. Those will be feisty. You know, we have 2 teams who used to be one country playing against each other. Always have to look forward for games like that. And then we have Ukraine, a team who is also in the rebuilding phase. You know, they failed to qualify for World Cup 2018. You know, a team who are actually seeking to find their identity. Who's gonna top the group in my opinion? I'm gonna go for Slovakia. You know, we have guys like Marek Hamšík in that team, Martin Skrtel. These guys are really gritty. And I'm just naming a few of the players. I'm just going with my gut feeling with Slovakia here to top Group 1 of League B. Coming in second, I'm gonna go for the Czech Republic. I think the matches between the Czech Republic and Slovakia is gonna be really good. I think they're gonna be good. These teams, I think, are the 2 strongest teams in Group 1. And coming in last in this group to get relegated to League C, I'm gonna pick Ukraine. And the reason why I'm picking Ukraine to get relegated is because they've been really inconsistent, and players like Yarmolenko and Konoplyanka needs to step up for the national team. But don't get me wrong, League 1 can go any which way. We can see any one of these teams top in the group, and we can also see any one of these teams getting relegated to League C. But these are only my predictions. Let me know your Group 1 predictions in the comment section down below. I'm going for Slovakia to get promoted to League A and Ukraine relegated to League C. So let's move on to Group 2, where things are a little bit more interesting, where we have the 2018 World Cup host Russia, a 2018 World Cup quarterfinalist in Sweden, and Turkey, who missed out on the tournament altogether. So let's start with Russia. They qualified for Euro 2016 and they qualified for the 2018 World Cup as the host, where they did such a great job reaching all the way to the quarterfinals. Russia really overachieved at the World Cup. Let's all agree to that. The head coach Stanislav Cherchesov really did a good job with this team at the 2018 World Cup, and we'll be looking for continuity in the future. Guys like Alexander Golovin, Denis Cheryshev, and Artem Zhuba will need to continue what they did at the World Cup to prove that Russia was no fluke. Russia has proven to us that they are not a team to be underestimated after knocking Spain out of the 2018 World Cup. And then we have Sweden, a team who also qualified for Euro 16 and qualified for the 2018 World Cup and did wonders, reaching all the way to the quarterfinals. What a freaking gritty team under Jan Andersen. Like, this team doesn't really have a lot of big players, only like Emil Forsberg we can think of, but the team plays very well as a unit and they know how to grind out a result. Andreas Granqvist, the captain, is a boss, man. This guy is a boss. We have to keep an eye on him once he features in the UEFA Nations League. This man is a driving force of the Swedish team. Let me also add something else to this. If Sweden is to impress again in the UEFA Nations League, they need players like Marcus Berg to step up. Like, their forwards did not step up during the World Cup at all. Marcus Berg, Ola Toivonen, step your game up, okay? Or Sweden will suffer. And then we have Turkey, a team who barely qualified for Euro 16 and missed out on the 2018 World Cup when they were drawn in a very tough Group I, which had Croatia, Ukraine, Iceland, just to name a few. They're currently managed by veteran Romanian manager Lucescu and are also going through a rebuilding phase with guys like Omar Toprak, Selçuk Inan, and Arda Turan not featuring in the squads for the UEFA Nations League opener. Instead, they will depend on players like Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Cengiz Ünder, Enes Ünal, Cenk Tosun, and Yunus Mali to lead Turkey into the future. So who do I think will top Group 2? It's a very tricky group. We have Russia coming up against Sweden, two teams who did really well at the World Cup, and we have Turkey looking to prove a point after missing out on the thing. So Russia versus Sweden. Well, that's a really gritty contest right there. Two teams who know how to grind. So who would grind each other out? Will they grind each other out to draws, you know? And will Turkey benefit from that by actually bagging some wins? Well, I'm actually going for Russia to top this group. I think Russia will continue their great form from the 2018 World Cup to show us that it was no fluke. Like, come on, guys. Golovin got a really big move to Monaco. We have guys like Artem Zhuba still looking to prove a point. We have Fedor Smolov. He didn't do anything at all. He plays for Lokomotiv Moscow, I think. He didn't do anything at the World Cup, so he will be looking to prove a point. And then we have Denis Cheryshev, who is also looking to continue his great form from the World Cup. Not to talk about Russia's really stellar defense with guys like Mario Fernandes in there and their inspirational keeper Akinfeev. So to come in second in this group, I'm going to go for Jan Andersen's Sweden. I think Sweden will also continue their great form in the World Cup, but they will not be promoted to League A. I don't think Sweden is a League A team just as yet. I think certain players need to step their game up. Guys like Marcus Berg, Ola Toivonen, you know, they need to step their game up if Sweden is to become a top tier team. I think Russia is a top tier team right now, the way they are playing, but Sweden is not. I'm gonna actually go for Turkey to be relegated to League C. So that's my Group 2 predictions. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. So let's move on to Group 3, where we have Austria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Northern Ireland. So let's start with Austria. They qualified for Euro 16 but did not make it to the 2018 World Cup, but they have been in great form as of late, bagging wins versus Uruguay, Serbia, Germany, and others. They are inspired by the likes of Julian Baumgart-Linger, Sebastian Prodl, Guido Burgstaller, David Alaba, and Marko Arnautovic. For Bosnia and Herzegovina, they are a team who made their World Cup debut in 2014 but went on to miss Euro 16 and World Cup 2018. They are currently managed by the Croatian legend Robert Prozanecki. Standout players for Bosnia and Herzegovina includes Edin Dzeko and Miralem Pjanic, and you could also throw in their goalkeeper Asmir Begovic in the mix. For Northern Ireland, they qualified for Euro 2016 but narrowly missed out on the 2018 World Cup when they made it to the playoffs but lost to Switzerland. That loss was highly controversial because they lost the tie 1-0 after Switzerland was awarded a very suspect penalty. They are inspired by the likes of Stephen Davies, Johnny Evans, Stuart Dallas, and Kyle Lafferty. So who do I think will top Group 3 and who will get relegated? Who will stay in the group? Well, we have Austria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Northern Ireland. On paper and on form, Austria actually seems like the team who will most likely top this group. With guys like David Alaba, who currently plays for Bayern Munich, Guido Burgstaller, who plays for Schalke 04, Marko Arnautovic, who seems like the only man on the West Ham team who can score goals. And with the likes of Sebastian Prodl and Marcel Sabitzer in their ranks, I could see Austria topping this group. Coming in second in Group 3, I'm gonna go for Bosnia and Herzegovina. I think Robert Prozanecki is a much better coach than Michael O'Neill. I think that Bosnia has way more talented players than Northern Ireland, and guys like Edin Dzeko and Miralem Pjanic who can cause damage to any team in Europe, any team in the world. Let's just say that. I just think that Northern Ireland are the least talented team in this group and they will be relegated to League C. But with that being said, this is only my opinion. Any team in this group can be relegated. Any team can top the group and move on to League A. And last but not least, Group 4, where we have Denmark, the Republic of Ireland, and Wales. Denmark and the Republic of Ireland actually played each other in the European playoffs for World Cup 2018. Denmark went on to win that tie 5-1 after the first match ended in a 0-0 draw. So the Republic of Ireland will actually be out for revenge. And also, the Republic of Ireland and Wales were also in the same qualifying group for World Cup 2018. The first match between those two ended in a 0-0 draw, but for the second game, the Republic of Ireland won it 1-0. So Wales will be out for revenge because the Republic of Ireland was actually responsible for them not qualifying for the World Cup. Well, partially. Let's just say that, partially. So the teams in Group 4 will be teams out for vengeance. Well, for Denmark, they failed to qualify for Euro 16, but they made it to the 2018 World Cup, where they made it to the round of 16 under their current manager, Åge Hareide. They are inspired by players like Simon Kjær, Yusuf Poulsen, Pione Sisto, Christian Eriksen, and Thomas Delaney, just to name a few. And a fun fact for you guys, Denmark are only one of 3 teams from League B to participate at the 2018 World Cup. Well, for the Republic of Ireland, they are still managed by Martin O'Neill, and the team is of course made up of British-based players. 3 standout players for the Republic of Ireland includes Jonathan Walters, Jeff Hendrick, and Seamus Coleman. Well, for Wales, they're currently coached by the former Man United legend Ryan Giggs and is inspired by the likes of talisman Gareth Bale, the captain Ashley Williams, goalkeeper Wayne Hennessy, left back Ben Davies, Aaron Ramsey, and forward Sam Vokes. Wales qualified for Euro 16 and impressed. They did not qualify for the 2018 World Cup, but Wales is not a team to underestimate at all. But I think they will need Gareth Bale to stay fit throughout the whole tournament if they are to make any impact on this event. For my predictions, I'm gonna actually go for Denmark to top this group. Denmark should run away with this group pretty easy. Nah, I'm just kidding though. I'm just kidding. It's not gonna be easy in Group 4 at all. The Republic of Ireland is a very gritty team. I don't think they're gonna lay down. They might not be the most talented team in this group, but they are not a team that's gonna lay down at all. And then I think, let me just say, I think that Denmark will top this group though. Denmark will top this group. But for second place, it's going to be conditional. If Gareth Bale stays fit throughout the whole tournament, I think that Wales will come in second. But if Gareth Bale gets injured, I think Wales will suffer and the Republic of Ireland will come in second. Well, let's just say that Gareth Bale stays fit throughout the whole tournament. I think that Wales will come in second and the Republic of Ireland will come in third, and they will be relegated to League C while Denmark will be promoted to League A, where I think they belong. I actually think that the Republic of Ireland needs a more inspirational, a more technically astute coach to lead them into the future. I just don't think that Martin O'Neill's tactic will do it in big tournaments at all. It takes more than just thumping the ball up the field and hoping that it lands on somebody's head and goes into the net, or just hopes that somebody holds up the play well enough, and you know, it's just not the right tactics in modern football at all. So I'm predicting Slovakia, Russia, Austria and Denmark to be promoted to League A, while Ukraine, Turkey, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland to be relegated to League C. So guys, thank you for watching my video, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, let me know your predictions for League B in the comment section down below, and until next time, peace out, Rich Squad!